your host, Dervan Malcolm.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go,
It is Saturday, the 21st of May, 2022, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. Welcome, wherever in the world you are. We thank you so much for making it the Jamaican Diaspora live online here on Power 106 FM, the program created to celebrate what can happen when Jamaicans abroad join hands with Jamaicans at home. But more than just celebration, there are lots of tangible collaborations between Jamaicans at home and abroad, which we have facilitated, highlighted, promoted, and otherwise showcased here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. We welcome those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point, this is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those listening to us via the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And we acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the U.S. who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-359-8281, 631-359-8281. And if you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online in particular, and Power 106 FM in general, the number is 0330-606-0953, 0330-606-0953. The Power 106 FM app is available for download from the Google Play Store for Android devices or the App Store for iPhones and related devices. Subscribers to onespotmedia.com also have access to the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online and Power 106 FM in general. That's the number one, spotmedia.com, onespotmedia.com. Our regular call-in lines are 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. On social media, it's, on Facebook, it's the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. On Facebook, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. On Instagram, Jamaican Diaspora. On Instagram, Jamaican Diaspora. On Twitter, it's at DiasporaJA106. That's the handle on Twitter, at DiasporaJA106. And on YouTube, it's DervanMalcolm, the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to your full participation throughout today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online by way of posting your messages, your comments. And already we see on YouTube, Asher Ash on YouTube says, "Good morning, Mr. Dervan, tuning in from London, England." It's good to have you on board, Asher Ash, in London, England, where it's just after midday right now, just after 6 o'clock in the morning here on Power 106 FM. Thank you very much for tuning in and being a part of the Jamaican Diaspora live online. Let's remind you of the Gleaner Premium and the benefits of subscribing to the Gleaner. The Gleaner Premium is your way of ensuring that you get members only access, a personalized touch, an opportunity to enjoy the suite of members only editors fora, podcasts, webinars, newsletters, puzzles, and events delivered right to your inbox. All you have to do is subscribe. The weekly subscription, $2.99. That's US $2.99 weekly. Monthly, it's $4.99. Quarterly, $13.99. And annually, $79.99. According to your pocket, according to your preference, according to your budget. That's the Gleaner Premium, and this is the same platform that allows us to read the Gleaner, to turn the pages of the Gleaner virtually. So you actually hear the sound of the newspaper as you are turning the pages of the Gleaner. Now, if that is not something special, I don't know what is. Mind you, there are those of us who still prefer to leaf through the physical copy of the Gleaner. Whatever works for you, but just want you to know that the Gleaner Premium is available and encouraging you to subscribe. Having done that, let's take a look at the e-Gleaner, the e-paper, the Gleaner e-paper, which again, as we've said, it's the virtual edition of the Gleaner, but it gives you a sense of actually flipping the pages of the physical copy of the Gleaner. And it gives you more than that. You can click on some pictures and videos and bring that picture or video to life. Just like that. That's part of the technology as well. Right. So let's tell you now, let's tell you what's in the Gleaner today. The headline is "No Rollback." No rollback. PM dismisses call to revise gas tax. No rollback. PM dismisses call to revise gas tax. The Prime Minister Andrew Holness has spurned the opposition's latest call for a rollback of the gas tax amid what it dubbed a worsening cost of living crisis, noting that this would affect revenue targets. Nursing grads struggling to get jobs despite public sector shortage. That's shocking. I find that very, very shocking. From what we know, that is shocking. Nursing grads, as in nursing graduates, struggling to get jobs despite public sector shortage. We'll have to see that to believe it. That's shocking. That is shocking. They did us dirty is the caption of the photo on the front page of the Gleaner. Dad cries foul as grand jury fails to charge New Jersey state trooper for killing Jamaican son. We did feature that story some time ago here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online. If you missed it, Maurice Gordon Sr. believes his son did not receive justice after the family was blindsided by a grand jury decision this week not to file criminal charges against a white New Jersey state trooper who shot and killed their unarmed Jamaican son during a traffic stop 2 years ago. It's 2 years already? Jeez. The 28-year-old Maurice Gordon Jr. was born in Jamaica and had been living in Poughkeepsie, New York, while studying chemistry at a community college. Gordon Sr. said that all the family's efforts to get information about when the grand jury would convene were rebuffed from the outset. Tuesday's announcement of a decision by the State Attorney General's office came as a shock. First, they said it was because of COVID that the grand jury could not be convened. Then we were told that the case would come up after other cases. And just out of nowhere, we were told that the grand jury convened and ruled that it would not charge the state trooper. What a thing. Not unusual in the United States. Far too common for comfort. We hope that the family will be able to get some kind of redress or closure beyond what has been put forward. Look beyond bauxite, Shaw urges mining industry. Tech holds power to boost shipping efficiency across region, says Kingston Wharves Limited CEO. I have a great passion for agriculture. Scholarship awardee aiming for Grace Kennedy job after completing studies. And that's the story of Rohani or Rohane, maybe Rohani Gray, a student of the College of Agriculture, Science and Education. He's one of the recipients of funding from, as in funding for education purposes, from the Children of Jamaica Outreach Incorporated, COJO. That's the organization. And they continue for years now. They've been supporting children in state care in achieving their goals. Premature adjournment in Petrajam fraud trial. The fraud trial involving two former Petrajam executives was prematurely adjourned in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court yesterday after an administrative assistant who had worked with Dr. Percival Bahadur Singh, who was expected to take the stand, was unable to proceed due to personal reasons. Accused mastermind in Roger Chang murder remanded. Exotic dancer, auto repairman get life. Mask mandate to return as COVID numbers climb. There's also a picture of the Prime Minister, the Tourism Minister, along with Jermaine Clark and his wife, Jasseth, smiling broadly behind their masks as the Prime Minister and St. James East Central Member of Parliament, Edmund Bartlett, joined in celebrating the handing over of a new home to them in Lottery, St. James. You could say they won the lottery, right? The house was provided through the government's new social housing program. It's no longer new. It's been going on for a little while now. You can drop new. And there's a picture of the ribbon cutting exercise. Webby calls for assessment of laws protecting elderly before pitching new one. There's the good neighbor section of the, or good heart section of the Gleaner. VM Foundation presenting a $4.5 million check towards the Adopter Clinic program. Well done, VM. Flow supports national development. Well, that should be second nature. We hope so. More in a moment.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes past 6 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 12:15 p.m. in Birmingham, England.
This is Five Stop. How may I help?
You know them birds are believe that gun, but me know what them know say I mean talk.
Don't worry, sir. Crime Stop is privately funded and run by the PSOJ. Everything reported here is anonymous. It's just like you're invisible.
What about the reward?
We provide cash rewards for information that leads to an arrest or recovery. We'll stash the cash wherever you like, so nobody will ever find out.
All right, me tell you.
Make the call. Crime Stop 311. Solving crime pays.
The Kingston and St. Andrew Association of Brand Societies JAS, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries and RADA and the Jamaica 4-H Clubs, celebrates the 26th staging of the Kingston and St. Andrew Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show, AgroFest, Saturday, May 28th at the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Playfield, Hope Gardens, under the theme, Grow What We Eat, Eat What We Grow. Gates open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Gate prize weekend for two at Sandals Resort International. Admission $1,000 for adult children, $500. Guest artist Jermaine Edwards, featuring talented farmers concert, domino tournament, and entertainment for the entire family. For additional information, contact the Jamaica Agricultural Society, 876-922-0610-2.
Stunting.
Oh, and Brad! Y2K Music turns up the party scene this Saturday on Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Enjoy the blazing musical beats from the 2000 mixed by Eric Supercoop Cooper, Dalton Lee, and DJ Roger Cowell. 9 p.m. to midnight, Saturday, May 21. Come join live in studio party along with your host, Chris K. GM at Fame 95FM 1 or RETV Instagram page for your VIP invite. Or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95FM. Hits 92FM and RETV online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. That's Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
I said it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. We've been taking you through the Gleaner, the virtual edition, the digital edition of the Gleaner. We're looking at the diaspora-centric section of the Gleaner right now, which has a picture of looks from this picture, possibly hundreds of participants in the 5K run walk. And so the story is 5K run walk church service among launch events for Jamaica's 60th in South Florida. And along with that picture of the athletes competing in the 5K run walk, there's a picture of the Culture, Sports and Gender Minister Olivia Grange receiving a warm welcome from the Reverend Michael Ward, pastor of the Holy Family Episcopal Church in Miami Gardens on Sunday at the service to launch Jamaica 60 Independence Anniversary activities in South Florida. There's also news coming out of Ontario, Canada, that Jamaican candidates are gearing up for upcoming Ontario election. A slew of candidates of Jamaican heritage are seeking election in the upcoming polls for Ontario. They are New Democratic Party MPP Laura May Lindo Kitchener, Charmaine Williams, Brampton Centre, and Mark Saunders, Don Valley West for the Progressive Conservative Party, and MPP Mitzi Hunter, Scarborough Guildwood, and Granville Anderson, Durham for the Liberal Party. Two first-timers, Andrea Barrett, the Ontario New Democratic Party candidate for Brampton South, and Jamal Blackwood for the Green Party of Ontario, are looking to make an impact by addressing pressing social issues in their communities. And the story goes on. We wish them well. All the best. The Life of Ekiano for BBC4 radio drama. That's coming out of London. And you can read on for more details in the Gleaner, trying to get through as quickly as possible. So let's look at the letter of the day. Cost of renewables is not prohibitive. The cartoon is represented in two frames today. In frame number one, Lady Public is supposedly scramming, just, I don't know, running away or running towards something or someone and supposedly saying, bro God, you have to re-implement COVID restrictions, fifth wave depend way. And in the second frame, the Prime Minister, who was referred to as bro God in the first frame, says, no more COVID restrictions, argument done. Sweating Dr. Christopher Tufton is supposedly saying she must take her booster shots. And Lady Public is supposedly responding by saying, election soon call. A prayer for Jamaican teachers is another submission from the public. The Gleaner's editorial, how can we fix the government? That's the question. What's the conclusion? We urgently need problem solvers. Oh, I'm so happy to hear the Gleaner saying this. I'm sure maybe they've had used the term before, but this is what we must encourage our children to do, to become problem solvers. If we start with them from early, sometimes they get frustrated when they're not able to do something or get something right. We mustn't curse them. We must encourage them and help them, to empower them to find the solution, because they're smart enough. So problem solvers, as we always say, the world needs more problem solvers. So we agree with the conclusion here. We urgently need problem solvers to repair our broken nation. Let's start by raising more problem solvers so that we can have, well, less problems. It is only then that we can truly realize our ambitious vision to be that place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Absolutely. We need more problem solvers. More problem solvers. Another letter, imprisoned within the walls of skin color. We need action, not just words. Those are the letters. The columns now, opportunities for Jamaica's next phase of development. That's the column by Marie Pangestu, and the subject of Tony Dale's column is Where There's a Will. The Gleaner is promoting its, and this is the weekly Gleaner, promoting its 70th anniversary and the Best of Jamaica at 60, the UK Honor Awards. That's the UK equivalent of the Gleaner Honor Awards here in Jamaica. If you know someone or an organization in your community that has performed exceptionally in the categories of arts and culture, sport, science and technology, entertainment, business and commerce, philanthropy, education, voluntary service, health and wellness, and public service. And if the individual organization institution is Jamaican or Jamaican parentage, please submit your nomination in the categories that we just listed. Your nomination must include the nominee's full name, email address, street address, and telephone number, a brief description of the specific reasons for nominating the individual or organization, the category in which you're nominating your candidate, your name, address, and telephone number. The individual must be living in the United Kingdom and be a Jamaican who was born in Jamaica, is of Jamaican parentage, or has at least one Jamaican grandparent. Nominations are invited from across the United Kingdom. Employees of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group and its directors are ineligible for an award. And you can email nominations or queries to ukhonorawards@gleanerjm.com. ukhonorawards@gleanerjm.com. Silvera, build up your city before uplifting elsewhere. That's Janet Silvera, the immediate past president of the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry, urging businesses based in the Western City to play their part in uplifting their home city and the local chamber before using their resources to enrich other areas. And there's a most dramatic photo of the passing of the baton from immediate past president of the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Janet Silvera, to Oral Heaven, the newly installed president. We must all commit to safer road practices, says Audley Shaw. Jamaica-born Rajiv Maharaj to pump more investment in his country. That's excellent news. And tread carefully in granting amusement licenses, says the mayor of Lucy. Lots of classifieds. The sports section, McLeod Parchment face-off in Birmingham. Blaise Bicknell seeks big win on ITF Tour. Alex Powell's difficult balancing act. Macintosh to combat netball coaching. To conduct netball coaching workshop in Jamaica. No stopping Amy the Butcher on Monday. Monday apparently is a race day, as in horse racing. Total team effort. Hans Scorpions big win over Volcanoes. Labor Day concert is back, set for Mandela Park on Monday. A festive celebration of the life of Tabby Diamond. Travel blogger Tony Ann Mackenzie is also featured. The Government of Jamaica public procurement pages are replete with government procurement matters. Voluntary sector should seize the opportunity to contribute to the SDGs. Thousands of children rescued yearly by Child Protection and Family Services Agency, and ministry calls on Jamaicans to protect honeybees. That's what's in the Gleaner today. Subscribe to the Gleaner Premium, and you too will be able to flip the pages of the Gleaner virtually. How about that? Joan in Bermuda, good morning to you. She says, good morning from Bermuda. Happy Labor Day weekend, Jamaica land we love. Norman Hines says, good morning, Sir Dervan, Malcolm, and listeners all over the world. Hi, Norman Hines and all the others in St. Thomas. Jermaine Moore, good morning to you. Dawn Bernard, it's been a while. Bonjour, Mr. Malcolm, et tout le monde. Tout le monde, she says. Ça fait longtemps. Oui, c'est vrai, ça fait longtemps. So she's saying, hello, Mr. Malcolm, and everyone. It's been a long time. We need to catch up. Abianto. Abianto means see you soon. Abianto, Don Bernard. Good morning to Sophia Nemad in Newell, St. Elizabeth. Sheila Clark Wallace says, good morning, Sir Dervan, and all the listening audience. Bless love from Elmont, New York. Thank you very much.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
6:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's now 2:30 p.m. in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical, paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair, 82 East Street, Old Harbor, Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville, Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
The Kingston and St. Andrew Association of Brand Societies, JAS, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries and RADA and the Jamaica 4-H Clubs, celebrates the 26th staging of the Kingston and St. Andrew Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show, AgroFest, Saturday, May 28 at the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Playfield, Hope Gardens, under the theme, Grow What We Eat, Eat What We Grow.
You got it?
Gates open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Gate prize weekend for two at Sandals Resort International. Admission $1,000 for adults, children $500. Guest artist Jermaine Edwards featuring talented farmers concert, domino tournament, and entertainment for the entire family. For additional information, contact the Jamaica Agricultural Society, 876-922-0610-2. Oh, and Brad, Y2K Music turns up the party scene this Saturday on Fame Frequencies. I love the 2000s. Enjoy the blazing musical beats from the 2000 mixed by Arif Supercoop Cooper, Dalton Lee, and DJ Roger Cowell. 9 p.m. to midnight, Saturday, May 21. Come join live in studio party along with your host, Press K. DM at Fame 95 FM 1 or RETV Instagram page for your VIP invite. Or show up with Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95 FM. Hits 92 FM and RETV online at Mixcloud and Fame Frequencies and on OneSpotMedia.com. That's Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
I said, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Wherever you go. In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Hello as well to Peter Gracie of This Is Jamaica. Good morning. Thank you very much for tuning in. Good to see you. Jennifer Stewart from Q Road in Kencott, East Central St. Andrew. Good morning to you. Rosemary Booth says, good morning all from sunny South Florida. Welcome, Rosemary Booth from sunny South Florida. Ambleton Ray in one of the many African languages says, Jambo, Bredaman Dervan, trusting your family and you are doing great and healthy. Please mark me present upon the Power 106 Diaspora Online. I'm here for the education, information, and inspiration. Lodge up yourself, guidance from Ambleton Ray in Horton Grove, Hanover. Thank you, Ambleton Ray. Devon Lewis says, morning, Devon Lewis. Thank you very much for making it the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And let's see who else is messaging us. Let's hop across to YouTube Hello to Lisa Kmar. Good morning to you too. Happy Saturday. She says from Overcast Newmarket. That's St. Elizabeth, isn't it? Newmarket. No, I got that wrong. That's not St. Elizabeth. There is a Newmarket in St. Elizabeth, but that's not it. This is Newmarket in Ontario. Lisa Kmar in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us on this overcast Saturday morning in Newmarket, Ontario. Joan Lockett says, good morning, Mr. Malcolm. Say hello to Donna and Joan heading to Delray Beach, Florida, mango shopping. All right, well, have fun on the road since 4 a.m. and we soon reach. Well, safe journey to you. Thanks for the update, Joan Lockett. And Lisa Kmar says, we will also be on holiday on Monday. Canada will be celebrating Victoria Day. Thank you very much for your messages. Keep them coming in. In the meantime, let's keep the program going. It is time for us to welcome our first guests on today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. We are going to be previewing an event, an online event, and that is happening it's tomorrow. That's happening on Sunday. Reigniting our nation for greatness, securing our children's future. It's a collaborative effort, the Jamaica Diaspora New York, in association with the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast USA. To tell us more, we're delighted to have joining us the state chairman for New York for the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast USA, Mr. Lawman Lynch. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dervan, and good morning to your listeners. I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
I am fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. Also online, we have Dr. Colin Wolfe, Education Sector Member for the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast USA. Dr. Wolfe, good morning. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Malcolm. I'm delighted to be with you.
Pleasure.
And I'm well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. So then, Lawman Lynch, can you help our listeners to understand the nature and extent of the role you play within the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast in your capacity as state chairman?
Absolutely. As many Jamaicans and those listening around the world will know, you, Dervan, you're an authority on diaspora affairs. However, I chair New York State from the perspective of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, which is headed by Karen Dunkley for the USA Northeast. So Dr. Karen Dunkley is responsible for the USA Northeast. And what she has done is put a framework in place whereby which each state under her portfolio has a chairperson. And I'm the chairperson for New York. And within that framework as well, we also have an education sector, which is a part of multiple sectors. There's a sector for health, there's a sector for crime alleviation, so on and so forth. And Dr. Colin Wolfe is a part of the education sector as well. I am a part of the education sector.
Well, thank you very much for laying the groundwork there for us. Now to this event. How did this come about? Why was it necessary to organize this Reigniting Our Nation for Greatness, Securing Our Children's Future event?
Okay, so there are actually two events. The New York chapter will be hosting the Reigniting Our Nation for Greatness event tomorrow, which is Securing our Children's Future, because we want to highlight, our children during Child Month. This is our capstone event for Child Month, and it's a part of a series of webinars that the New York State is undertaking. And then on Thursday, we'll be engaging diaspora and Jamaicans at home in a round the table conversation on the correlates of an effective school. And that will be led by our featured presenter, Dr. Colin Wolf. Dr. Wolf is a renowned expert educator here in New York. He's simply a cut above the rest, a Jamaican in educational leadership who's a resource we're privileged to have. So he's going to be leading that conversation on Thursday, which is a roundtable conversation on the correlates of an effective school, which will be moderated by myself and Dr. Karen Dunkley. So the reason for the event tomorrow, which features Betty and Blaine and Sarita Buchanan along with Debbie and Cries, is because we want to highlight the plight of our children in Jamaica, from social issues to educational issues to economic issues, and Betty and Blaine will take a look at some of the challenges faced by our nation's children and steps we can make to mitigate those issues. And then Debbie and Price Tufong will speak about the effects of adverse childhood experiences. A lot of what we go through as adults is a direct correlation to what we may have gone through as children. So Debbie and Price Tufong will look at that. And then Mr. Rita Beck Buchanan, who heads the Social Welfare Training Center at the UWI Mona campus, will speak about social and other resources that are available to and for our children.
Thank you, Lawman Lynch. Hold it there. Dr. Colin Wolf, you're a well-established and renowned educator. No doubt you already have your hands full. Why did you decide to be a part of the not just the organization Jamaica Diaspora Northeast USA, but to play a leading role as education sector member?
Well, I think I have a responsibility to contribute to the capacity building initiative that the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast Chapter has begun to emphasize as part of its overall role among Jamaican teachers, both here in the diaspora and abroad. I think I have a responsibility, being a Jamaican myself, and attributing much of my gains to the wonderful education I received in Jamaica. I have that responsibility to reciprocate and to share the additional knowledge and expertise that I have acquired over the years with persons from my homeland.
Mm-hmm. And how apart from this particular initiative, this particular forum that takes place tomorrow, how else have you been bringing to bear on different situations the experience and expertise that you have garnered up to now?
So, I'm currently a principal in New York City in the Bronx. And in addition to being a principal, I have had the good fortune over the years to have worked with the MICO Students Association. I'm a graduate of MICO. And I have had the enormously pleasant experience of having trained and assisted many of our international teachers who came from Jamaica to work in the New York City educational system. I've had the opportunity to help them adjust and to help them navigate the nuances that exist within the New York City public school system without having, or rather to minimize or to avoid some of the pitfalls that could otherwise befall them. However, more recently, my work has been concentrated in working with Dr. Karen Dunkley, who is a phenomenal leader. She's given me the opportunity to be a member of the educational sector of the Jamaican Diaspora Northeast Chapter. And in that respect, I have had the good fortune of participating and presenting with my intrepid friend, Mr. Lynch, on presenting many seminars, which are also geared at, or were also geared at building capacity and increasing awareness about some of the issues.
Sorry, can you tell us some more right after the break, please? We're up on the break. One moment, please. Listeners or guests at this time, Dr. Colin Wolfe, Education Sector Member of the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast, and Mr. Lawman Lynch, State Chairman, New York, for the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast, USA, giving us a preview of a couple of upcoming fora, and also an opportunity to learn more about them and their work in service to Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 4:46 a.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical, paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair, 82 East Street, Old Harbor, Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville, Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
Old and the pride. Y2K music turns up the party scene this Saturday on Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Enjoy the blazing musical beats. Bumper 2000 mixed by Eric Supercool Cooper, Dalton Lee, and DJ Roger Cowell. 9 p.m. to midnight, Saturday, May 21. Come join live in studio party along with your host, Chris K. GM at Fame 95 FM 1 or RUTV Instagram page for your VIP invite. Or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. That's Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
I said, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go,
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Our guests are Lawman Lynch, State Chairman for New York with the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast USA, and Dr. Colin Wolfe, Education Sector Member of the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast USA, on the eve of one of two events in the coming week. Reigniting our nation for greatness, securing our children's future. And on that score, we've been listening, or had been just before we took the break, Dr. Colin Wolfe, an educator of international repute, who was sharing with us some more details of the work that has been done and is being done. Dr. Wolfe, I'll give you the opportunity, please, to finish what you were saying just before we took the break.
So most importantly is that on the 26th of this month, which is this coming Thursday, I believe, the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast Chapter will be hosting a roundtable discussion on the correlates of an effective school. Throughout the pandemic, we have really intensified our efforts in helping teachers through professional development, conversations on how to navigate the changes that are apparent in schools with regard to students' performance. However, this roundtable conversation is more directed to building awareness among teachers and educational leaders at all levels, from the primary school all the way up to the university level, on how they can analyze and interpret the, the features of an effective school. Because every parent wants his or her child to attend an effective school. And when we say effective school, what do we mean? We mean that that school demonstrates certain features which translate into increased students' performance and increased students' outcomes, academic outcomes. So if you are in the marketplace to search for a good school for your child, what are the criteria that you would use to determine your choice? And that's what this upcoming seminar will be mainly about. It's an exciting opportunity to build awareness among persons within that sector.
Thank you, Dr. Wolf. Hold it right there for a moment. And Lawman Lynch, naturally, because of, well, not sure the extent to which you've been following developments in Jamaica within the last week and a half or so, but the news hasn't been that good in terms of our educators. We've lost about 7, I've heard as high as 8 educators within this short space of time. That in and of itself opens up a vista for us to discuss, to identify, to see, to play some part in getting a level of understanding and perhaps identifying what else we can do to support our educators.
Right. I've been up to date with what is happening in Jamaica thanks to you, your social media presence. Also, my mother keeps me updated, and it's very disheartening. I feel for the teachers and the families.
Mhm.
I also feel for the students, the children in our nation's schools. This is not only an issue that is based on the cognitive domain, the cognitive development of our children, but really the affective development of our children. And that is why we're putting a focus on the ACEs tomorrow, which are adverse childhood experiences. What exactly are our children going through on a daily basis, from their households to their communities to their schools? What exactly are they going through? Are these experiences hindering their academic development, their social development? And the truth is, if we do not understand it now and try to correct it now, it will follow them into adulthood, and we will see this perpetual situation in Jamaica where we cannot put a lid on crime, violence, just depression in general. So we're looking forward to the event tomorrow, where we can hear from Miss Debbie Price about some of these experiences that our children are going through, and importantly from Miss Teresa Buchanan, some of the resources that are available, social resources and other resources that are available to our children and their families. And as much as I'm excited about tomorrow's webinar, as I listened to Dr. Wolf speak just now, I don't want to say I'm more excited about Thursday's webinar, but I want Jamaicans here in the diaspora and Jamaicans at home in particular to definitely tune into that round table conversation where the spotlight will be on Dr. Wolf, because he has such a wealth of knowledge as it relates to the correlate of an effective school, because effective schools require leaders who understand the nuances and not only by our students, but by their parents and their families and what they're experiencing in their communities.
Mhm. And what are the coordinates that listeners need? What do they need to? Where do they need to go? And who is invited to be a part of these webinars, both tomorrow and on Thursday? Can you give us
So,
those details?
yes, absolutely. So for the webinar tomorrow, it will be streaming live. It will be streaming live on the Jamaica Diaspora USA Northeast Facebook page. And if you check out that Facebook page now, you will see all the Zoom coordinates, the meeting ID, and the password. If you want to be in the mix and be in the frame, you can join us on Zoom, or you can just watch the live streaming on Jamaica Diaspora USA Northeast Facebook page, Dr. Karen Dunkley's Facebook page, or Pure Jamaica Facebook page, Street Hike, and Jamaicans.com. And it will be the same venue, virtual venue for Thursday's webinar as well.
Mhm. And they, at the end of it all, Doctor Dr. Wolf, what would say to you that you have achieved your mission? You have accomplished exactly what you set out to do.
Well, education, as you know, has the two ways of measuring educational or knowledge outcome. One, you can look at it on a quantitative, you can use quantitative measurements which are statistical in nature, or you can use qualitative measurements which are not necessarily statistical but are observable and measurable behaviors. And I think in this context, the measurement will be more within the realm of qualitative measurements. We're hoping that by building awareness, people will be deeply sensitized to what it is to look out for when you're assessing a school, whether it's a high school or elementary school or a college. What are the correlates that make that school successful or unsuccessful? And so it will sharpen people's conversations. It will give them specific criteria that they can use, and these criteria are based on current and ongoing research in the field of education. We're going to be pulling a lot from the research of a renowned African American educator called Rod Edmonds, who is now deceased, but he has been a pioneer leader in that field. So, in summary, I think qualitatively speaking, we would be able to sharpen the knowledge and skills of our audience to to detect what qualities exist in a school that prevent it from being an effective school, or what qualities exist in a school that allows it to become an effective school. Not just looking at the charismatic nature of the principal or its staff, but the school as an organization or as an organism. What are the characteristics that the schoolhouse itself exhibits, independent of the principal, independent of the vice principal, independent of the faculty? What other characteristics are there that determine the efficacy of that school as an institution?
Well, we definitely are looking forward to your presentation and just the general suite of events, of online platforms that our listeners all over the globe will be able to latch on to. Those coordinates again, please, Lawman Lynch.
Awesome. So it will be streamed live on Facebook on the Jamaica Diaspora our USA Northeast Facebook page. It will also be streamed live on Dr. Karen Dunkley's Facebook page, Pure Jamaica, Street Hype, and Jamaica Diaspora Northeast.org.
And for the purposes of connections, I'm sure there are people who listen and they might very well want to get in touch with you at some point. Dr. Wolf, what's a good connection?
Well, one can reach me. I work under the auspices of Dr. Karen Dunkley in the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast.
Which makes you quite reachable. Because she's
right. So yeah, I'm not an independent actor here.
Understood.
So I would rather, if anyone wishes, I'm very disposed, by the way, to speaking with people bilaterally if the need arises. But because I work under the auspices of Dr. Dunkley and the Jamaica Northeast chapter of the Jamaican Diaspora, that is the channel that is more reliable for me to be reached.
Understood. Well, we thank you both, gentlemen, for adding value to today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online, and we look forward to your continuing to add value to brand Jamaica through your work. Well done. Thank you so much, and we look forward to speaking with you both again.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Take care. Mr. Lawman Lynch, State Chairman, New York, Jamaica Diaspora, Northeast USA, and Dr. Colin Wolf, Education Sector Member with the Jamaica Diaspora, Northeast USA.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32, Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Kyiv, Ukraine.
Your health is key to your wealth. Suffering from muscle
Thanks a lot, Doc. It's been a pleasure.
The Rehabilitation Institute of the Caribbean, providing medical
Definitely looking forward to that.
In association with Winchester MRI,
Bye-bye.
Jamaica's first choice for MR imaging. Immune Active Dent, a combination of key active ingredients designed to boost the body's natural defense. And Almighty Studios, a recording studio where they create worship music to praise, to worship and to serve, presents Rehabilitation Now, a 30-minute feature on physical medicine and rehabilitation for people overcoming pain or dysfunction from injury or disease that affects muscles, tendons, nerves, and joints. Rehabilitation Now with host Alicia Taylor and rehabilitation physician Dr. Paula Dawson airs every Thursday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. on Power 106. Free your body from aches and pain with Rehabilitation Now.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical, paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair, 82 East Street, Old Harbor, Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville, Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go,
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Good morning to Devon Lewis. Winsome Walker says good morning from Windsor, Connecticut. Welcome, Winsome Walker from Windsor, Connecticut. Lloyd Dennis says good morning, Dervan. Your dedication is incredible. Keep up the great work. Please talk about the roads that need repairs in Jamaica. Well, up to yesterday, we were talking about that. We need more than talk, though. We need more than talk. But thank you very much, Lloyd Dennis. Wayne Golding Sr., CDJD, says, good morning, Sir Dervan, and to all Jamaicans across the world. A special congratulations to those newly minted Jamaican citizens who naturalized through the process of derivative citizenship via the PICA outreach in Central Florida this past March. We have officially added more to the 3 million Jamaicans. Thank you to Mr. Andrew Winter and all the team from PICA, that's the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, as well as those in Central Florida who assisted in the efforts. Dr. Trevor Dixon of Jaja Foundation says, good morning, Sir Dervan and the Jamaican Diaspora family. Greetings from Morristown, New Jersey, where it's 65 degrees now. Well, you continue to stay. If it gets colder, continue to stay warm. If it gets warmer, continue to stay cool. Yeah. Judy Brown, good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Good to have you on board. Welcome. Thank you. And all the others who have been connecting with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Norman Wright, good morning to you. He says, looking forward to another great program. Thank you very much, Norman Wright of Tops Teas and the Sipper Cuppa line of teas available at home and abroad. Thank you very much. And we look forward to your continued listenership and support. Don't tell me we're having the same connection issues we had just a couple days ago trying to connect with our next guest. Well, we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen because we're going to find a way right now to connect with the president of the Shortwood Past Students Association. They're celebrating their 135th anniversary. And we are going to make sure that those of you who have missed out on at least a couple of activities already, that you don't miss out on any more, because we're going to get Mr. Walbert Clark on the line right now here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And Mr. Clark is calling us while we're calling him. Let's see. Yes, I think we have him now. Mr. Walbert Clark, good morning to you. How are you, sir? Welcome to the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. Oops, lost it on that one. we connected at the same time, and then I think, all right, let's just reconnect right now. Reconnecting with Mr. Walbert Clark. Mr. Clark is the president of the Shortwood Past Students Association. Mr. Clark, good morning. How are you? Oh, well, we have connected, but it's not staying connected. All right, so, all right, Mr. Clark, we'll await your call back then. You go ahead and call us back, and let's see if we can get that kink out of the line. Let's see, or let's try again. This is your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. We're anxious to tell you about the 135th anniversary celebrations of the Shortwood Past Students Association. And while we're waiting to reconnect, Lenky says, blessed morning, Sir Dervan. Lenky out of St. Anne. Please ask Miss Lisa Hanna when she's going to fix the road from Claremont to 9 Miles. It's a death trap, just waiting for disaster to happen. The story of Jamaica. No matter how many new roads we have, no matter how many roads we patch or rehabilitate or repair, it's a cross that we have to bear. The state of our roads in Jamaica. Thank you for your message, Lenky, and all the very best. We're calling Mr. Walbert Clark once again. And if the connection doesn't hold this time, then we're going to ask Mr. Clark to do the calling. We had similar issues a couple of days ago, although we eventually connected. Not sure what is preventing us from connecting right now. All right. So let's go with WhatsApp and see what happens. Mr. Clark, where are you? Out there swimming at this time of the morning?
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Yes, sorry about that. But we're happy to have finally connected once again. We're anxious as well to hear and excited to hear how the celebrations have been going so far and what is to come as you celebrate 135 years of Shortwood practicing primary and infant school. So this is your school, Mr. Clark.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
left here back.
Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead. I left here back in 1970 and migrated to the U.S.
What are the most lasting memories that you have of your time at Shortwood practicing primary and infant school? That which you can tell us on air.
Well, there used to be a water drain, which the guys used to slide down, you know.
Oh,
That's
really?
Just have fun at break time, yeah. But it's no longer available to slide down. They put a fence across there.
Yes. So they figured that one out.
Anything about it.
So the current students, yeah, you're right. They wouldn't know anything about that, eh? Now
nothing.
Did you have a favorite teacher?
Miss Stafford.
Why?
She's not passed. Well, she kind of whip you into shape. She tell you the way it is, and she was a no nonsense teacher.
Yeah.
She really wanted to see you, strive and survive.
Yes.
Yes.
And clearly, you have not only survived, but you have been thriving all these years. And here you are now in your capacity as president of the Shortwood Past Students Association. How long ago? I don't think the association is 135, is it?
No, it's 31 years this year. We celebrated 30 years last October up in New York. We had a quite turnout. We have a nice turnout at the Green Tree Country Club last year.
Okay, nice.
Yes, sir. So we've been around for over 30 years.
And you have. How did you come to be the president? At what point did you get involved in helping in the development of your school?
Well, we had a former president, and she just handed it over to me, saying, you can do this. And I took over from then, and nobody wanted to do it. So it's me all the way, me and my team members and Mayor Marley McLeod, and we have committee members, Donna Pendergast, Gloria Chambers, Home Garden, and the rest of them.
How long has it been since you took up the mantle?
30 years.
Oh, from the very outset.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Miss Jennifer Corley was the president at the time.
Sorry, hold on. Tell us some more after the break, please. Let's just take this break and come back. Listeners, the president of the Shortwood Past Students Association is on. He is Mr. Walbert Clark, and he's going to be telling us more about the celebrations, 135th anniversary of Shortwood Practicing Primary and Infant School.
Healthy habits start with washing your hands several times per day with soap and water. If soap and water are not available, use Benjamin's hand sanitizer and rubbing alcohol. The time by Benjamin's is
15 minutes past 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which makes it 5:15 a.m. in Los Angeles, California.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical, paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair, 82 East Street, Old Harbor, Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville, Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
Oh, and the pride. Y2K music turns up the party scene this Saturday on Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Enjoy the blazing musical beats from the 2000 mixed by Arif Super Cooper, Dalton Lee, and DJ Roger Cowell. 9 p.m. to midnight, Saturday, May 21. Come join live in studio party along with your host, Chris K. DM at Fame 95FM 1 or RUTV Instagram page for your VIP invite, or show up your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV, online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. That's Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s, powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
I said it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go,
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Mr. Walbert Clark is president of the Shortwood Past Students Association, an association that celebrates 135 years. The theme of the celebration, On or Honor. On or Honor. And the celebrations have been running since the 18th. That's about 3 days ago. We're going to hear more about that in a moment. But Mr. Clark, you were giving us an idea of the timeline and the individuals involved, because I didn't realize you're there from foundation in terms of the association, the Shortwood Past Students Association.
There was one president before us, Miss Jennifer Corley.
Yes.
She was the president, and then she handed it over to me.
Understood.
And yes, sir.
All right. So let's. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So on Wednesday we had a barbecue for the kids up there.
How did it go?
Classes. It went pretty well. They had a bounce about, and they had games. They had free treats. And it was just a fun day. They're dancing. You know, we were able to tour the school again with past students that came. So, you know, it was a good event.
Nice, nice. So that was Wednesday. What happened after that? Or did you have more happening on Wednesday?
No, that was it. That was just it on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night we had a Lime where we meet and greet. We had parents, teachers, and some past students showed up, and we mingle.
Yes.
But we have a Jamaican chapter now, which was just formed last year, and Miss Stephanie Green is the president of that chapter. And whoever lives in Jamaica, we contact her, and she's doing a fine job.
Very good. We're happy to hear that. And sorry, go ahead.
Yes, on Friday, last night, we had a boat ride down at the pier in Kingston here.
Oh, that must have been quite special.
Yes, it was. We had a lot of fun dancing on the boat and, seeing the planes land at the airport. So it was a good event.
Yes.
And tonight we're having a gala at the Pegasus on the 17th floor.
Ooh, is that talk of the town?
Yeah.
17th floor.
Town, that's correct.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And tomorrow we have church at Elam, and we're going to Mahogany Beach. I think it's in Ocherius. That'll be tomorrow.
So
just to top it off.
It's a full schedule.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you give us an idea of the extent of the support that you've been receiving as an association, the Shortwood Past Students Association? What has the support been like from your fellow from your fellow past students?
It's been very supportive. They've been very supportive. Like, we are funding most of the events, so we had to reach out to them to get some more funds to cover all the events, and they responded.
Yes. What about contributions to the school itself? How has the association been serving the school, Shortwood Practicing Primary and Infant, over the years?
Well, over the years, we've been contributing. We had given them a Parmesan board. It's like an interactive board. So that's in the computer lab that they use to, the teachers use it to teach the teachers. Teach the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's interactive. So he goes on the board and he could show them, how to read, how to log on to computers and stuff like that, right? And so last year we donated 25 tablets, and with the help of UJA organization, we donated 30 learned tablets. All right, and that was something new. It's a learning aids for the kids, and it started from the infant department. So as an infant, they could start learning and teaching themselves how to read, write, and different sort of stuff, assortment of stuff that this Learn Tablets does.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We also donated 44 Easter package to the UJA organization and the Lasco Chin Foundation. Right. So we wherever school needs help, we just jump in and help.
Yes.
Right now we're doing the library as we see on Wednesday. So they're gonna need some more computers in the library, and whenever they need help, we try to help them.
Yes, absolutely, and so it should be. You mentioned UJA, that's the Union of Jamaican Alumni Associations. What has it meant for you as an association, for your association, the Shortwood Past Students Association, to be one of the institutions represented under the UJA umbrella? What has that meant for Shortwood Past Students Association?
Well, with the UJA organization, they bring a lot of different people that we wouldn't, make contact with. So they have a lot of connections. So they make the connections, and we help. They help us, like fundraising. Every year they have a mega raffle that we enter, and they give away a car over the years. I think this year they're giving cash. So, we're a part of that too. So, if it wasn't for usual, we wouldn't be, fundraising like that or meeting other people.
Yes. And as you and your fellow alumni celebrate, what's the plan going forward? Have you set any particular goals in terms of what you want to achieve or help your school, Shortwood Practicing, to achieve over time?
Well, we haven't set any goals right now, but we were having like monthly meetings with the school over the Zoom since the COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and we moved to quarterly meetings on Zoom. Right.
Right.
So even though COVID was a bad thing, something good came out of it. We were able to meet the teachers, the principal, and speak about what we need. They answered questions for us.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever had questions, the teachers, Mr. McCoy and Miss Davis, answered all the questions. So it was a good connection.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. We're sorry. Go ahead.
So right now we're going to get another water tank from UJA to the UJA organization for the school. Right. That's another thing UJA is doing.
Mm-hmm.
They also have. We're going to be starting the robotics competition. Waiting for a gentleman to make the connection so we can start it at the school. And the kids are anxious to do that.
Excellent.
So, usually provide a lot of connections that we don't have.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's very good. We're very happy to hear that the work continues. Why do you do it? Why? I mean, your school has produced so many outstanding students, yourself included, obviously. But not all of them have come back or have touched base to say, I'd like to support, I'd like to help. What drives or motivates those of you who have made this conscious decision? We are going to give back to our school. We are going to serve our school. Why?
Well, we do it for the kids. We know that not everyone can afford certain things. So that's our joy in helping the kids, all students at the school.
Mm-hmm. And what are your impressions of the plant, the school plant, when you reflect on what it used to look like or what it was in your time to what it is now? What does it say to you about the state of affairs at Shortwood Practicing Primary and Infant School?
Well, since my time, they added another section, 2 floors,
mm-hmm.
and there's a library there, but need some painting and stuff like that. And the Jamaican chapter donated some paint for the school. I think they're going to be going up there on Monday to paint the rails. They're going to do it themselves.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, we try to keep it, looking good.
And
we don't make it cost money.
Yes, indeed. All right. So just before we wrap, in case there are those who are tuning in for the first time this morning, let's remind them of the events, especially those who are past students of Shortwood Practicing, so they can add 1 or 2 of your events to their roster of events this weekend, this long holiday weekend.
Well, we have the gala at the Pegasus. You can buy tickets at the door. Tickets are $45 per person.
That's US, US, of course. Yes.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we also go to the beach tomorrow.
Mhm.
We have a church service at Elam, and then after that, we're going to the beach. And it should be fun time, like we did last night.
And for those who want to connect, for those who want to get in touch with the Shortwood Past Students Association, they want to be a part of the experience, what do they need to do? Can tell us one moment. Tell us after the break, please. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 9:30 a.m. in Hamilton, Bermuda.
Old and bad. Y2K music turns up the party scene this Saturday on Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Enjoy the blazing musical beats. Bumper 2000 mixed by Arif Super Cooper, Dalton Lee, and DJ Roger Cowell. 9 p.m. to midnight, Saturday, May 21. Come join live in studio party along with your host, Press K. DM at Fame 95FM1 or RUTV Instagram page for your VIP invite. Or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. That's Fame Frequency. I love it.
That's one more to come.
Smirnoff vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
I said it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Wherever you go. In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go,
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We're just wrapping a conversation with Mr. Walbert Clark, president of the Shortwood Past Students Association, as the association celebrates 135, I beg your pardon, as the school celebrates 135 years. The association itself is in its 31st year. And Walbert Clark just wanted you to leave some contact information for past students of Shortwood practicing primary and infant school at home and abroad who would like to connect or reconnect or make their contribution to the development of their alma mater. What are the details you can share with us in that regard?
Yes. Before I share the details, the reason why most of the past students don't contribute to the primary school, they're more geared to the high school. They rather have the high school than the primary schools.
Oh,
That's the way it is.
I see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So in New York, it's shortwood@yahoo.com. And my number is 631-682-6230. And we have Stephanie Green in Jamaica for the Jamaican chapter. It's 876-799-0813. That's Miss Stephanie Green, president of the Jamaican chapter. Want to thank you, Mr. Malcolm, and the user organization committee.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure. We're always happy to highlight the work of the alumni associations in support of education. And we want to congratulate you and your team for the work that you've been doing and wish you all the very best, even as you continue to enjoy your celebratory events this weekend.
I thank you, sir.
It's been a pleasure. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's Mr. Walbert Clark, president of the Shortwood Past Students Association. We're going to move from education to healthcare right now, the Adopt a Clinic program is our focus, and more precisely, zooming in on the Yallas Health Center in Yallas, St. Thomas, because our guests have an interest, more than just a passing interest, when it comes on to uh, not just Yallas in particular or Yallas Health Center, but St. Thomas in general. They are quite bullish in a good way uh, uh, when it comes on to their parish and their health clinic that they have adopted, the Yallas Health Center. And so, who are we talking about? Well, we have joining us now board certified medical doctor in pain medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. He's also a best selling, multiple award winning author. He is Dr. Terence Foster, and he is going to be joined by his wife, who is very well known based on her work. She's as well known as her husband. She has uh, quite an impressive bio, and it would take us a little while, both of them actually, to go through. But just so you know, she is Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster, or Dr. Max for short. She's the operations manager at the Center for Pain and Rehab Medicine in Stockbridge, Georgia. Prior to that, she spent more than 30 years in business and financial services. She's an ordained minister and clinical pastoral counselor. She's actively engaged in providing counseling services through her practice Transform Me, or Trans4Me, TRANSFORME, to those in need, focused on family, marriage, crisis, and abuse therapy. She was born and raised in Airy Castle, St. Thomas, right here in Jamaica, a proud graduate of Morant Bay High School. And she's very, very passionate about helping others. And we're going to be hearing from her in a moment as we continue to make the connections behind the scenes. As for Dr. D. Terence Foster, as we've indicated, he's a board-certified medical doctor and a best-selling, multiple award-winning author. He's board-certified in pain medicine as well as physical medicine and rehabilitation. He's a public speaker, stress and pain management consultant, and rehabilitation medicine consultant. He's the author or co-author of several scientific articles. His publications include 3 best-selling books. His latest is The Stress Book, 40 Plus Ways to Manage Stress and Enjoy Your Life. And the timing of this publication is impeccable, just in time to help us to deal with COVID-19 and related matters. The other 2 publications are Foster's Opioid Addiction Classification Status Guide and the Opioid Epidemic Consumers and Healthcare Guide. His 4th book, The Little Stress Book, will be published in the summer of 2022, which is around the corner. Dr. Foster's humble beginnings started in poverty as one of 8 children of a single mother. His grand aunt, who had little or no formal education, raised him. He lived most of his childhood and early adult years in Yallas, St. Thomas. He graduated from Yallas Secondary School, now Yallas High School, as well as Morant Bay High School. And he later attended the University of the West Indies. And we're still trying to connect behind the scenes. But just to continue, we're talking about Dr. D. Terence Foster now, one of our guests scheduled to join us shortly. He later attended the University of the West Indies, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in special chemistry and then a full academic fellowship at the City University of New York Graduate School in the USA to study chemistry. He graduated from the Albert Einstein College of Medicine of Yeshiva University, New York, earning his Doctor of Medicine. At the City University of New York, he received a master's degree in chemistry. He did his residency at New York University Medical Center, Rusk Institute of Rehabilitation Medicine, and fellowship at Medical College of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Dr. Foster has been practicing medicine for more than 25 years. He worked as an attending physician and clinical instructor at Emory University Hospitals, Wesley Woods Geriatric Hospital, and the Center for Rehab Medicine. He initiated and helped founded the Acute Inpatient Rehabilitation Center at Southern Regional Health System, Riverdale, Georgia, which opened in 2004. He became its first medical director and served there for 10 years. Dr. Foster is a strong supporter of many charitable organizations. He also currently serves on several nonprofit organizations, boards of directors in Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. Foster's community service, leadership, and philanthropic work extend more than 20 years. He's a strong supporter of many charitable organizations, a founding member and the immediate past president of the Morant Bay High School Alumni Association, Atlanta chapter, serving as VP for 4 years, president for 4 years, and board member for 2 years. He's also the chairman and CEO of the D. Terence Foster Foundation, Inc., an organization that celebrates its 10th anniversary this year. His vision, or the vision of the foundation, is to provide healthcare and education for those underserved globally. And he's not leaving out his homeland at all, not at all. And of course, so having told you all about Doctors Foster, let's say hello and welcome right now to Dr. Terence Foster. Good morning. How are you, sir? Sorry about the technical issues behind the scenes, but we're happy you're on now.
Good morning, Dervan. How are you?
I am doing well, thanks. Thank you very much
I hope that I'm coming through clearly.
Oh, yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful.
you are. And we should say hello to your wife, Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster. Good morning to you, Reverend Dr. Maxine. How are you?
Good morning, Dervan. I am well, thank you. Good to be on your show again. And I guess we have a lot to talk about today.
I'm sure we do. And we want to get straight to it because we were delayed by the technology. So let's get it going. So whose idea was it to adopt the Yalis Health Center in St. Thomas, Reverend Dr. Foster?
I think what had happened was our consul general, Dr. Mayor, he had came out into Atlanta and they were he was talking about this Adopt a Clinic program. And we had thought about it for a while, and Terence says, yes, I'm gonna, let's do one. And of course, course, he's from Yellow, so I'm from Erica, so everybody wants to do something in their community, but he chose to do the Yellow Clinic, and I am here to support him on that, and then we'll move on to something else.
Right, but this, beg your pardon, with the what is involved when you how much do you take on, how much do you have to do, or is it that you just have to deal with whatever assistance is needed or work to be done? Why have you decided, both of you, and Dr. Terence, you can come in when you're ready, but just to why did you make this conscious decision that we are going to do this? What was the clincher for you, or was it just a no-brainer?
All right. Okay. So when the idea came about, when Consul General Mayor was talking about it, it's something we thought about, and looking at it objectively, and just from the idea and the knowledge that that's where we came from, that's where I came from. We've already established scholarship program in St. Thomas, where we support Yalis Secondary School, or Petrajam Yalis High School. We support Marriott High School, and also here Castle High School, as well as doing other things. So when this opportunity came about, it was an easy decision to make. Now, the program itself is a 3-year program, which involves funding up to a minimum of $1 million Jamaican dollars each year.
Whoa!
So when we're committed to that, it means that we're going to support them, whether it be in kind or equipment or whatever needs they have. We will try to support them. For example, in this ceremony, we got an air conditioner installed in the dental.
Hold on one moment. Tell us about that ceremony and what you have been able to do so far at Yalis Health Clinic. We're past the break. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7:47 on Power 106 FM here at Broadcast House 32, Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 4:47 a.m. in Anchorage, Alaska.
The Kingston and St. Andrew Association of Brand Societies, JAS, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries and RADA and the Jamaica 4-H Clubs, celebrates the 26th staging of the Kingston and St. Andrew Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show, AgroFest, Saturday, May 28th at the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Playfield, Hope Gardens, under the theme, Grow What We Eat, Eat What We Grow. Gates open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Gate prize weekend for two at Sandals Resort International. Admission $1,000 for adults, children $500. Guest artist Jermaine Edwards, featuring talented farmers concert, domino tournament, and entertainment for the entire family. For additional information, contact the Jamaica Agricultural Society, 876-922-0610-2.
Old and bad. Y2K music turns up the party scene this Saturday on Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Enjoy the blazing musical beats from the 2000 mixed by Arif Supercool Cooper, Dalton Lee, and DJ Roger Cowell. 9 p.m. to midnight, Saturday, May 21. Come join live in studio party along with your host, Press K. DM at Fame 95FM1 or RETV Instagram page for your VIP invite. Or show off the Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95FM. Hits 92FM and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. That's Fame Frequency. I love the 2000s. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
I said it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere Thanks. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Online we have Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster, Dr. Max, as she's popularly known, the operations manager at Center for Pain and Rehab Medicine in Stockbridge, Georgia. And we also have, of course, her husband, Dr. Terence Foster, board-certified medical doctor in pain medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. He's also a best-selling, multiple award-winning author. And it really is a love affair, isn't it? This is love at work. The love. Yes, Dr. Foster?
It is. I mean, one of the things that I guess probably helped us initially when we met was, she was involved in some charity work and I was involved in charity work. So that was one of the things in part that brought us together even closer. But with respect to the clinic, as we were saying just before the break,
yes,
so we have got an air conditioning unit installed in the dental unit, and we brought when we came down for the ceremony, brought some small items that could be carried, such as stethoscope, blood pressure machines, and other things, pulse oximeters. And those were things that were easily carried, and we still have other things to be shipped. Could maybe stretchers, emergency cart, stuff like that will be shipped. But the program itself is a 3-year program, and that involves commitment for 3 years, and we're just in year one of it. But it's moving quite well so far.
And you're both qualified in your respective areas. And it seems to me both of you could very well run a series of health clinics for days. To what extent do you actually bring your expertise to bear on in terms of service? Have you, for example, hosted health clinics yet at Yalas?
Well, we haven't done that. That's something that we could look into. Right now, the main function of most of the adopted clinic program is not so much to bring service to the clinic, but to rather support them financially and support them in their needs. But that aspect of it is something that we could look at down the road. The program, as it's outlined, does not require of us to, have a health care there. But that is something that we could definitely look at and would be very useful in part. But that's a separate aspect of involvement that would be implemented if we should go that way.
Yes, and Dr. Max, what is clear is that there is support for the health sector, this Adopt a Clinic program. There's no doubt about it, and you have both made the conscious decision to play your part. But surely, it is not cheap to do this. This is serious work. It requires serious money. Dr. Max, is there? How are you expected to generate funds in support of the development of Yalas Health Center? Is there a template, or do you come up with your own ways of generating funds for the work of the at the Yalas Health Center in St. Thomas?
Thank you for that, Dervan. So yes, it's a expensive venture, but we are very grateful and thankful for all our supporters, our friends, colleagues, persons. When we reach out to them, they are willingly help us. Some people have no idea where Yalas St. Thomas is. But it doesn't stop them from making a contribution. We also are planning fundraisers. This year, our Foundation celebrate its 10th anniversary, and we're planning a golf tournament on August 27th. We're hoping to generate funds to help us in our second year of providing whatever is needed for the Yellis Clinic. And just other fundraisers that we have that we're planning to do to generate funds. We can always use donation. Anyone can go to our website at dtffinc.com and donate there. We are a 501c3 organization, so your donation is not taxable as the law permits. So, of course, you need to consult your tax advisor on that, but we will send you an acknowledgement for your donation. So, again, we encourage everyone. You don't have to be in Atlanta. You don't have to be in Jamaica, anywhere around the world. If this project resonates with you, we appreciate your donation at www.dtffinc.com.
Yeah, I love that kind of appeal, Dr. Max, because here's the situation. There are Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica all over the world. And as Jamaicans, we love to, one of the first questions you ask a Jamaican when you see a Jamaican anywhere else, anywhere in the world is, where in Jamaica are you from? And so we can identify with that. So those of it, we may not be all have the resources to be able to contribute, but surely every mickle make a muckle, as we know in Jamaica, and one cocoa full basket. And yes, you want to take up on that point, Dr. Foster?
Yeah, and indeed. And one other thing to bear in mind, Dervan, we've been around. I mean, the foundation has been around for 10 years, so we've been doing many projects here. I mean, this of course is a bigger project than some that we've done, but also it doesn't mean that you as an individual have to have a lot of money in order to participate. It could be a church organization where members of the church or different groups or individuals come together to do this. It doesn't have to be one person or two people that is making the contribution to adopt a clinic. It could be a church group, part of a club, or however you do it. So, but once you do it like that, then you can see how things add up. And once they're adding up, then of course you could make a contribution to adopting a clinic. For example, let's look at, sometimes there are people who have a birthday. They could have donation for their birthday to their favorite charity. It doesn't necessarily have to be, let's say, the Cancer Society, which is doing an excellent job. Mm-hmm. But you could also donate to your local charity. I mean, that would be also a worthwhile contribution. So there are so many ways in which you could contribute to the charities around, and they collectively could adopt a clinic because it's needed. One of the main problems or the main issues of Jamaica is healthcare, and many people know that we have great doctors in Jamaica. We have great nurses and supporting staff, but if we don't have an infrastructure of healthcare that can support the needs of our people, then people are always trying to get to Miami. Yeah. And guess what? Most people will not be able to do that because they just don't have the resources.
True.
To jump on a plane and get to Miami. So we need to have healthcare in Jamaica accessible to just about everyone.
Yes.
And we need to, and our local clinic is where it starts. We could prevent a lot of people from getting to the hospital if our local clinic and our primary doctors are able to provide service. And how do they provide service? They get help. They need equipment, they need support, they need financial as well as medical support in order to accomplish their job. It doesn't matter how good they're trained. If they don't have those things, then they cannot do a good job.
Yeah, well said. And obviously your focus is on health, but you also make contributions, as was said earlier on, to other charities. Education, Dr. Max and Dr. Foster is an area of contribution. I'm looking at your website here and I'm seeing scores of children and a lot of school bags, etc. An indication of the work.
Yeah, I'll let Dr. Max speak with that.
Yes, Dr. Max.
Yeah, so we do support education. Education is a big thing for me. As a kid growing up in Caslan, I was fortunate to have a support system to be able to even go to high school. And of course, by the time you get to college, you couldn't do it because you just didn't have the resources to do it.
Mhm.
And so it's something in some of these things that we do, you have to have this kind of stuff in your heart to do, to give back, to really be effective. And I'm really proud of the children that we are supporting. We had 3 graduates from Yales High School last year. One is
Hold on. Tell us some more right after the break, please. One moment, Dr. Max.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 9 a.m. in Atlanta, Georgia.
Your health is key to your wealth. Suffering from muscle, joint, neck, back, and other pain? The Rehabilitation Institute of the Caribbean, providing medical care for function and performance in association with Winchester MRI, Jamaica's first choice for MR imaging. Immune Active Denk, a combination of key active ingredients designed to boost the body's natural defense. And Almighty Studios, a recording studio where they create worship music to praise, to worship, and to serve, presents Rehabilitation Now, a 30-minute feature on physical medicine and rehabilitation for people overcoming pain or dysfunction from injury or disease that affects muscles, tendons, nerves, and joints. Rehabilitation Now with host Alicia Taylor and rehabilitation physician Dr. Paula Dawson airs every Thursday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. on Power 106. Free your body from aches and pain with Rehabilitation Now.
Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Our guests at this time are Dr. D. Terence Foster, board certified medical doctor in pain medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation, best-selling, multiple award-winning author. And he is alongside his wife, Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster, who is affectionately known as Dr. Max, and she is the operations manager at the Center for Pain and Rehab Medicine in Stockbridge, Georgia, with many, many years of experience, and she still doesn't look a day older than 21, Dr. Foster. And they are united in so many ways, because they are united in this instance. We've been focusing on the work of the D. Terence and Maxine Foster Foundation and the work they've been doing with respect to adopting the Yalis Health Center in St. Thomas and the work with the schools. That's the point you were on before we took the break, Dr. Max, in terms of, I think you were going to reference a couple of students or a
Yes.
school. Mm-hmm.
Well, the scholarship program at Yales High School, we currently are supporting 6 students. We normally take them from the second form all the way through 5th form, and then we find out that if they decide to go to 6th form, we're still helping them. So, as we go along, the program keeps extending, but that's okay. We've had the last year we had 3 graduates. I know that 2 of them are at Premature High School doing 6th form, and we continue to support these kids. We've just started the scholarship program in 2017. Was the first time we gave a couple of scholarships, and it continues to grow. But of course, again, we can grow as far as we have the resources to grow. The need is great in our schools, and sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot, Dervan. we give these kids like $300-400 a year towards their school.
US dollars.
US dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And you just need maybe 2 or 3 persons to donate $100 here or there, and they could just help a kid.
Yeah.
Because many of these students are also on the PAD program there, so they'll get lunch and stuff. So the funds we give them, they mostly use it like for their administrative stuff, their tuition, books, and things of that nature. Anything that is related to school, they're allowed to use that funds for. I also help through the foundation. We help some kids at Ericas, a primary school. That was my primary school.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the criteria is that they have to pass the book to Marriott Bay High School. So if they pass their grade 6 achievement and they're going to Marriott Bay High School, we also help them as well. So we continue to work through, helping our youths. I'm also a counselor, so I spend quite a bit of time trying to provide some counsel and direction for these students that is in our scholarship program, because of course, we want them to be excellent. Last year, we had a donor who wanted to sponsor a student who is going to a teacher's college. So we gave a scholarship. It was about $2,000 US to help her. She's in Antonia White. She's at Shortwood Teachers College. She's studying mathematics there. And so these are some of the things that we're doing. If you want to sponsor a student in Jamaica and you want to do it through our foundation, you just have to let me know. I'll work out the kinks behind the scene and I'll get it done.
Very good. And for you, I'm amazed, Dr. Foster, that you with all that you have to do in terms of your work, and you are still able to find time to take on the needs of Yalas Health Center. In fact, you have another book coming out this summer, or is it out already?
It's coming out by the end of the summer. It's called a little stress book. It's take off from the stress book, which is doing very well and it's done very well. It actually has won 5 awards already, and so I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a book. It's best described as a self-help book, but it's also won awards in health and in psychiatry, psychology. So that tells you in part the comprehensive nature of the book. Also has been described by literary agents who have looked at the book, reviewed the book, and found it to be one of the most comprehensive books in the field of stress management and prevention. So I'm very excited about it. It still has a way to go, but it's been number 1 several times in many categories. So we're hoping that the book, the stress book, 40+ Ways to Manage Stress and Enjoy Your Life, will become a major book in people's lives, because it's not just a book that you read, Dervan, and put down. It's a book that you refer to time and time again, because there's so many things in there that is going to be helpful to people and even be life-changing, have the potential to do that. So I'm excited about the book and the future books that I have truly in my head that I'm going to rewrite it.
Wonderful. We could talk all morning. There's just so much more ground to cover. We're going to have to serialize our interviews so over time, because there's a lot. But we're so proud of you both, and the energy with which you are approaching the task at hand in terms of the Yalas Health Clinic and the other work in terms of the schools and the students in supporting them and so on. This is really, you're really a model for other couples to follow. There's yes, and just people in general. Yes.
It's been before I forget or before we forget, let me just say special thanks to the Honorable Dr. Thompson for coming out and supporting the venture, Christopher Tuxton,
Yes.
as well as his staff, particularly Courtney Cephas, and who have been nothing but stalwart in helping us to get this program up and going. And of course, to the staff of the clinic, the administrators, CEO, Ms. Brown, Sandra Brown, and so many people there on the ground who were very, very helpful. The many media's house that came out to make this event more special. So we want to thank all those people that were there at the ceremony. I mean, it was really a wonderful time for all of us, and all in a good cause. So we truly, truly appreciate that.
And we appreciate you both. Thank you so much. Blessings to you. All the very best. And we look forward to speaking with you again pretty soon.
Thank you, Dervan. As always, you're a man here in the diaspora. And we hope to see you in Atlanta soon. Atlanta is open up in a Dervan. Things are happening again. So we hope to see you soon, right?
We look forward to that.
Absolutely.
All the
thanks, Dervan. You're always a gem to us, and we appreciate you.
Thank you. It's the least I can do, as I always say. You're the ones doing the heavy lifting. We're just happy to be able to share your work with Jamaica and the rest of the world. Well done, Doctors Foster.
Thank you. Have a good rest of
you too. All the best. So there you have it. Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster and her husband, Dr. D. Terence Foster of the D. Terence and Maxine Foster Foundation, and their work in helping to contribute to the development of Yalas Health Center, part of the Adopt a Clinic program. Look at the time. We have our other guests waiting in the wings. We'll come to them in just a moment. And while we get ready to make that connection, let's remind you that this is the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. And let's say good morning to Kayla and the family. And of course, the family, I mean, the one and only Mr. Erwin G. Clare Sr. Kayla is his daughter. And they're spending the weekend. I don't know if they're spending or he's spending the weekend with family in Florida. And of course, hi, Kayla. Kayla and the family tuned in. And her mom's family from Morant Bay. Look at that. Her mom's family from Morant Bay. And they're also celebrating Zion's first birthday today. Happy birthday to Zion. And we know Zion is going to be iron like a lion in Zion, as the song says. And we could play some more on that word as well. But for the time being, happy first birthday. If Zion is figuring out what is happening and recognizes that his name is all over the world right now, happy birthday to Zion, and all the best to Kayla and the members of her mom's family. They're in Florida for the weekend. Well, I think it's Erwin Clare who is in Florida for the weekend. The other members of the family are usually in Florida, I believe. But good morning to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the weekend. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we see the messages coming in, and we're going to read a couple of these messages in just a moment. Here is, who is this now? A lot of ground to cover here. Hello to those who have joined us since the last time we checked the messages. Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida, says, Sir D, good morning to you and your listening audience, wherever in the world they are. Morning, Albert. Olga Hollingshead says, good morning, a blessed Sabbath morning to you, Sir Dervan, Malcolm, and all your diaspora listening family and friends. Peace and love for a wonderful and productive day. Have a glorious weekend. Same to you. Wayne Golding says, good morning to Atlanta and the hardworking Fosters. Thanks for your hard work through the years. Clement Villiers, well, this is a French name, as I said. On the face of it, it looks like Clément Villiers on the face of it, but it could very well be Clement Villiers as well. Clement Villiers. Good morning, Sir Dervan from Baltimore, says Clement Villiers. Good morning to you. Ambassador Curtis Ward says a very good morning to you, and the same to you, Ambassador Ward, and your media work. Clement Villiers says, I was in St. Thomas a few years ago to help set up a library through my church. My task was to set up a computer network portion. I am not from the area, was in Yalas also for the first time. I'm from St. Mary, but I say the need in a parish, I saw the need and I could not refuse my God-given talent. We're happy to hear that, Clement Villiers. Thank you for making your contribution. Dwayne Murdoch, good morning to you. Mikey Jarrett, hello to you as well in Brooklyn, New York. More in a moment.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
8:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32, Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's, well, the time just changed. It's now 9:16 in Florida.
Farmers, come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Pernell Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
Both Sides of the Story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Stories from Jamaica and across the world, keeping you informed on the issues of the day and more. It's Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm, weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Learn interesting facts and trivia. Participate in lively discussions on affairs locally and internationally. Hear the stories of business, philanthropy, and more from Jamaicans at home and abroad on Both Sides of the Story. Come tell your side of the story. Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm, on a mission to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Weekdays, 2 to 5 p.m. Live on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app. All you'll ever need to know about agriculture in the 21st century, packed into one program. Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie. Farm Talk, showcasing cutting-edge agricultural products, services, and practices. Farm Talk, keeping focus on issues affecting the farming community. Farm Talk, stimulating discourse to propel agriculture as a national tool for development. Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, the farmer's best friend.
When I listen to you in the mornings and the way you interview the people so that us as farmers can really understand, you break it down. It's really powerful.
Wake up to Farm Talk, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Wherever you go, shine.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks.
Wherever you go, shine. You need to know, shine. Anything you want to be. You give me hope.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Clément Villers confirms French pronunciation. So the two L's become a Y, and so on and so forth. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Villers. Ça va? Nicola in Central Jamaica says, good morning, dear Dervan. Good morning to you, Nicola, and good morning to those two young ladies you know so well. All the very best. Thank you very much for tuning in and being a part of the experience here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. So here's a breaking story. Jamaica has launched the very first blockchain and metaverse summit with multi-millionaire guests, multi-millionaire speakers, Des Amy, Michael Aguier, and Calvin Garwood from the UK. They are currently on a world tour which started in Africa, then moved to the United States of America, to Canada, and now they're heading to Jamaica. The event will be held tomorrow, the 22nd of May, at the AC Marriott Hotel, just on the outskirts of New Kingston in St. Andrew, Jamaica. And the event is geared towards opening the minds of Jamaicans to the financial revolution that is taking place in the world. We're now in the information age, and we know information is readily available to the average person, but there can be so much noise, so much distraction, and time being wasted. What this blockchain seminar proposes to do is to sieve through all of that noise and guide Jamaicans to information which, if applied, can truly be life-changing and, very importantly, create generational wealth. These gentlemen have a track record of impacting thousands of lives positively all over the world through multiple streams of passive income in this digital era. So let's tell you some more. For example, just so you have an idea of the weight that these individuals carry, Des Amy, M-A-C-E-M-A-P, founder of Amy Finance Academy, based at 1 Canada Square, the Canary Wharf Tower in London. They are an international group of wealth creation educators, teaching clients how to achieve their financial goals. Des is a wealth creation strategist, keynote speaker, senior finance and mortgage broker, finance coach, property expert, and author of the #1 Amazon bestseller, Starting Your Property Side Hustle. Starting Your Property Side Hustle. Prior to Amy Finance Academy, Des spent 14 years working as a secondary school teacher and assistant head teacher in East London. He was also a lecturer of financial studies for the London Institute of Banking and Finance. However, he struggled to make ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck. He needed another way as he ended up in mountains of debt, realizing that nothing changes if nothing changes. He took mass action and was eventually introduced to the power of residual and passive income. And we could go on. So that's just one of the presenters. The other is Michael Aguier. He is the CEO and founder of Inside Job Academy and a mentee of the late Bob Proctor. As far back as you choose to go, and in any country, you will find that people are programmed from birth to live from the outside in. All of the great leaders in history, individuals who are recognized for their greatness, without exception, have told us if we want to be in control of the results we get in life, we must live from the inside out. Life is from the inside out. When you shift on the side, life shifts on the outside. Michael Aguier is a global expert in high performance, both on a personal and professional level. And we had time to share all that information with you before you actually hear from at least one of the presenters. And we apologize, we seem to be having telephone issues in terms of connecting with our guests on today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. But we are grateful that we have Mr. Michael Aguier online. And Mr. Aguier, hello, how are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you very much. Glad to be on this show.
Thank you so much. Did we do justice to your name? Is it as I pronounced it, Aguier?
Very close, very close. Is Ajay.
Ajay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Ajay. Michael Ajay. Right, so let's get to it. Are you here in Jamaica yet?
I am here live in Jamaica. Absolutely incredible. I'm super excited to be here for the very first time.
Well, we are delighted to have you right here at home in Jamaica. You know, Jamaica is we like to say, the biggest little country in the world. And so many people would love to call Jamaica home and have called Jamaica and do call Jamaica home. So we're happy that you have joined the family. Thank you so much for coming.
No, I can absolutely totally agree. You know, since being here, I've tried to do a lot of things, and one thing that I was able to do was actually go to the Bob Marley Museum. Actually be, in his house,
yes,
where he stayed for the last 8 years, and just to hear of the impact he had around the world was just mind blowing. And it's not just in music. You're seeing the impact and the influence Jamaica has had in sport, in culture, in food. So I totally agree with you when you said, Jamaica is one of the biggest little countries. I definitely can fully understand it actually coming here for the first time.
And for that endorsement, you get a weekend, another weekend. Great, thank you so much. And let's say hello as well to, and we'll need confirmation on the pronunciation. Is it Thema or Thema Chana?
It's Tema Channel.
Tema, thank you very much.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Thank you, Tema Chana, for joining us. And I take it you are also here already in Jamaica.
Yes, we arrived a few days ago, and so exciting to be here. My family's Jamaican, so even though from London, very strong roots here, so it feels amazing to be back, to see family, and to be able to share what it is that we're doing with you all.
Excellent. Welcome. So now, the story is that Jamaica is launching the very first blockchain and metaverse summit, and we are anxious to learn more. There are those listening to us and going, blockchain, metaverse, what's happening there? Would you like to help us, first of all, in that regard? Michael Adjournment?
Yeah, sure. You know, in 1995, the internet, was created and it was launched. And this, technology truly changed, the way in which we operate around the world. And when it first was launched, many people, regarded it as a technology that was a phase, it was going to pass. But today, we can't go a day out, without the use of the internet. Even this very interview itself is using the internet to broadcast, its messages. And since then, technology has evolved and grown around the world. Now,
sorry, can you just stick a pin there, as we say in Jamaican parlance? Hold it right there for a moment. Let's take the break and come back in just a moment.
Importers, provide proper invoices for customs when presenting goods for examination. This could prevent delays during clearance. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
8:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 9:30 p.m. in Beijing, China.
Your taxes hold the key.
Tax Administration Jamaica presents Make We Talk Tax, Wednesdays at 3:15 p.m. on both sides of the story, a program that educates and informs taxpayers of the various payment options and services available at Tax Administration Jamaica and the ease of doing business. Make We Talk Tax is a production of Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we're delighted to have joining us in this segment of the program so far, Tema Chana, whose roots run deep right here in Jamaica, and Michael Adjournment, who by the time we're through with him, he will become an honorary Jamaican. Thank you both for staying with us. So you were setting the stage for the discussion going forward in terms of the technology and where we are now, and you'll take us into the land of blockchain and metaverse after that.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that, 1995, when the internet was created, many people thought this was just a phase. There was going to be no mass adoption of the internet. But today we're seeing, the use of the internet all around the world. We're not going a day without the internet being used. And since then, technology has grown, has advanced. And we've now reached a stage where, some are calling it Internet 2.0, which is blockchain technology. And this technology is simply going to impact the world in a much more greater capacity than the internet did. And that's just really to set the tone of how big, this technology is. Now, just to give a quick summary of what it is, blockchain technology it is simply a technology that was created in 1991, and it's really about encrypting information and making it as secure as it can be, and we've seen the use of it in cryptocurrency, but it's not only used in crypto, but it's going to be used across the world in so many different capacities. So this blockchain technology and this event is what's going to really enlighten people to be ahead of the curve and to see how they can really position themselves in this huge, not just knowledge transfer, but wealth transfer that's taking place right now.
And Tema Chana, from your vantage point, what is this likely to mean for Jamaica and Jamaicans? Why should those listening to us sit up and pay attention right now if they were not paying attention before?
I feel like with the economy, how it's going around the world, it's so important at the moment to not just rely on one source of income. We're working really, really hard, but we're not really seeing our money work for us as hard as it should be, which is why getting into the blockchain space is perfect for those people that want to make additional income. A passive income is really, really important. And, you know, we've seen the benefit of what it's doing for us over in the UK, and that's why we're really passionate about sharing it around the world. We've been on an 8-country tour, so we've been sharing it. You know, there was 5 countries in Africa that the team went to. Desame, Michael Ajay, myself, and a few of the other leaders. You know, they've gone to Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Gambia, Zanzibar, Ghana, Nigeria, Los Angeles, Toronto, and now we're saving, I would like to say, the best till last. We're here in Jamaica, wanting to share it with everyone. You know, it's been truly life-changing for us all, so that's possible for people here in Jamaica too, so that's why we're really here.
And Michael Ajay, how much do you know about the financial system here in Jamaica? Do you get a sense? Are we ready for this?
You know, before we kind of went into, you know, all the different countries, you know, we took a look to see, you know, what has really been happening on the ground. Now, you know, what I would say is that, you know, the time for an understanding of this technology, you know, is perfect. You know, because what we are at the beginning, right at the beginning of this mass adoption of this technology. So if, you know, in several countries, there's, you know, challenges that are pertinent to the country, but I do believe that, you know, that the blockchain technology will help to solve, you know, those problems. But what's most important is the mindset shift, because sometimes, you know, our minds can be fixed on a particular way of doing things and not really open to certain changes, especially when there's no understanding. So I do believe, you know, right now, you know, is a great time for people to kind of open their mind to this new technology and see how the technology could really help not just the economy on a whole, but people's personal, you know, situations, businesses moving forward.
Mm-hmm. And Temachana, in terms of the speed with which we can get going, after this weekend's presentation, what are your expectations? What are there particular things you'll be looking out for or listening out for to help to guide where you go from here?
So we have teams on the ground here in Jamaica that are a great support to anybody that wants to be a part of this opportunity. And, you know, we are mentors and can fully support as well when people get started with the opportunity. So they're in good hands.
That's very good to know. And with respect to who is invited, who should be turning out at the AC Marriott Hotel tomorrow in New Kingston, just on the outskirts there of New Kingston, tomorrow, the 22nd of May.
Is that for me?
Yeah. Yes, please.
That is for anybody that is open to changing their mindset, anybody that is interested in learning a little bit more about blockchain and the metaverse space, anybody that wants to make, you know, an additional income. It's entirely free. You know, we're putting on this event and you're going to be hearing from some amazing speakers. Michael Ajay is an amazing speaker. Des Ame as well, that's going to present the opportunity. So just even to hear, if you want to, you know, knowledge is power, and knowledge changes situations. So if you want your situation to change, then this event is for you.
You speak about having representatives on the ground. So Is it that after tomorrow's summit, you will people here in Jamaica will be able to connect with those on the ground in Jamaica to maybe have further discussions or have other questions answered which perhaps would not have been answered in at the summit?
Yeah, for sure. So there are people on the ground, but we're here also. So we're available for people if they want to reach out directly to us as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, hold it there. Let's bring back Michael Ajay into the discussion then. Michael Ajay, so what are you hoping those of us who attend this first blockchain and metaverse summit uh, to come away with? What are you hoping that we will come away with once we have been exposed to this event?
Yeah, great question. You know, the way in which we've structured this conference is in three parts. You know, number one, we deal with, you know, the mindset, creating the right mindset to be able to achieve success. You know, because we believe that everything in this world is created twice, first in the mind and then in reality. So that first part is really about changing your paradigm to be able to attract what it is that you want. Then the second part will really give an introduction, you know, and we'll just literally whet the appetite to really understand what this blockchain technology is really about, you know, and how we can, you know, be able to embrace this new knowledge because information changes situations. And then thirdly, we are going to literally be providing a vehicle that people can really use this new mindset shift and this introduction to blockchain to be able to get started straight away and to really be reaping the benefits. So, you know, this is what we want people to leave away with, you know, really getting to understand, you know, how they are able to operate in this new economy and really be guided to be able to achieve literally whatever it is that they want to be able to achieve. So that is what we're hoping, and people have been leaving away when they attend such a conference.
And Tema Chana, what can you tell us with respect to the time? I didn't see a time. What time do you start tomorrow at the AC Marriott Hotel, and for how long will the program run?
So registration starts at 2 p.m. and the event will promptly start at 3 p.m. The event will probably last for about 3 till 5. We'll probably finish about 5 p.m.
Yes. And how, based on the other countries you visited on your tour, how did all that go, and what are your expectations going into tomorrow right here in Jamaica?
So I'm expecting a great turnout. The previous countries that we have visited also very well attended. A lot of people hungry for information, hungry for a shift in mindset, hungry for a change in their financial situation and for the knowledge. So I'm expecting the same thing in Jamaica.
Very well. And I know we will turn out and absorb and ask questions and listen and look forward to what this will mean for us for the rest of our lives. But we're very happy that you have included Jamaica. You know, the good book says, many are called, but few are chosen. We are happy to be among the chosen, the chosen countries in this experience. We want to thank you both so much. Sorry we had some technical issues earlier on. It took us a while to connect, but when we did, oh my goodness, it was and it has been quite electric. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
It's been a pleasure. And
I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. Take care. Tema Chana, all the best. Tema Chana, whose roots run deep here in Jamaica and Michael Adjier, who, as we said, we're going to make him into an honorary Jamaican by the time he's finished here. And we encourage you. Registration starts at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the AC Marriott Hotel in New Kingston. And they will go for a couple of hours. And it will be quite an introduction for those who have never been exposed or are underexposed when it comes to blockchain and what is called the metaverse. So it's the Blockchain and Metaverse Summit with multimillionaire guest speakers Des Ame, Michael Adjier, and Calvin Garwood from the UK. And of course, you heard from Tema Chana this morning as well. Thanks, thanks, thanks. More in a moment.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
8:45 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 2:45 in the afternoon in London, England.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement.
Thank you very much, Tema. Well done. Thank you.
Lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs.
Sure, anytime.
56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair. 82
You
East
too.
Street, Old Harbor. Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville. Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
The Kingston and St. Andrew Association of Brand Societies, JAS, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries and RADA and the Jamaica Forage Clubs, celebrates the 26th staging of the Kingston and St. Andrew Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show, AgroFest, Saturday, May 28th at the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Playfield, Hope Gardens, under the theme, Grow What We Eat, Eat What We Grow. Gates open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Gate prize weekend for two at Sandals Resort International. Admission $1,000 for adults, children $500. Guest artist Jermaine Edwards featuring talented farmers concert, domino tournament, and entertainment for the entire family. For additional information, contact the Jamaica Agricultural Society, 876-922-0610-2.
This is an important announcement from the National Water Commission. The National Water Commission is advising that it is working to restore operations at the Kellits facility in Clarendon by Saturday evening, May 21, 2022. The company is reporting that works to replace the dislocated section of the cross-country transmission pipeline had been delayed due to several challenges. Affected areas are Kellits, Crofts Hill, Good Hope, Tate Pedro, Roden Hall, Guava Ground, Hickory, Comsey, and Jericho. The NWC apologizes to its valued customers for any inconvenience caused and seeks to assure them that the water supply will be restored in the shortest possible time. That was an important announcement from the National Water Commission.
There's a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with only approximately 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people do not participate in a formal pension plan, such as contract workers and the self-employed, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher. Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go,
Thank you so much for staying with us here on your program, the Jamaican Diaspora, live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Good morning to Sophia Nemard in Newell, St. Elizabeth. She says, good idea, live from the inside out. Inez Ayona Campbell says, good morning, everyone. I'm late. Violet White says, good morning to you too, Violet White. Angela in Toronto, Canada, tuned in as usual. Angeline Salmon says, good morning, Mr. Malcolm. To you too, Angeline Salmon. Good to have you on board. Thank you very much for making it the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. Other messages coming in. Joan Lockett says, good morning, Mr. Malcolm. Say hello to Donna and Joan heading to Delray Beach, Florida, mango shopping on the road since 4 a.m. I think we read that one earlier on. Lisa Kamar says, well, we read hers as well. Dr. Lorna Fairweather says, good morning, Mr. Malcolm. Yes, we need more than talk or roads. And Truth to Power says, shout out to Snide Sniper, fulfilling your mandate very well as usual. Your reward will be great. You're very kind, Truth to Power. Leighton Griffith says, good morning, sir, from America. Good morning. Thank you all so much, and all the very best. Let's say hello and welcome now to, because if you have been listening to this program and this station, you would know that the MICO Old Students Association, MOSA, which is essentially the MICO Past Students Association, they have been celebrating their 100th anniversary. And coming up is MOSA's Evening of Musical Excellence. And you're going to hear more in a moment. But first, let's introduce our guests. And we're going to start with my former music teacher, Mrs. I think I'm learning her first name for the first time, because to us she was Mrs. Ismay Carr. Her full name is Mrs. Janet Ismay Carr. She chairs the planning committee. Hi, Miss. How are you?
Good morning, Dervan, or should I say good morning, Mr. Malcolm?
No, not at all. It's still Dervan, But it's good to have you joining us. Thank you so much. Also online, Mr. Hugh R. Morris, OD, JP, co-chair of MOSA's 100th and a former president of MOSA. Mr. Morris, always a pleasure. How are you?
Always a pleasure, Dervan, and thank you for having us.
It is.
I am doing well, thank you.
We're delighted to have you on the Jamaican Diaspora Live online. And here also is Mr. Leighton Jones. Mr. Jones, he chairs the production committee, and he is quite an illustrious gentleman, I'm quite aware. Mr. Jones, how are you, sir?
I'm quite good. Good morning, Dervan. Good morning, everyone.
Great, thank you for joining us. So let's start with the lady who chairs the planning committee, Mrs. Ismay Carr. Can you give us the genesis of this latest form of celebration or aspect or element of the celebration of 100 years of MOSA?
100 years of MOSA, yes. Well, it's important to note that our celebration started in January. MICO, we are MICO University Alumni Association, now called formerly called MOSA.
Right.
And
well, I need to ensure I get that. So you
MICO University Alumni Association.
Okay, got you.
Called MOSA. And with the change in the college to a university, the alumni therefore changed to a University Alumni Association.
Yes.
But we're celebrating 100 years of the association, and we started off with a church service. And the Evening of Musical Excellence is the third event of this kind. It happens every 2 years, And it is very significant that we're having it now in the 100th year. And we have a very, very good lineup. And we're hoping that persons will definitely buy a ticket and support. I must say that, like all most events, things that we do, we are assisting the college in every way possible. So the proceeds for this event will assist in student welfare for students at the college and projects that the college may have.
Mhm. It sounds like you've been quite busy already. And Hugh Morris, can it get any busier for the Michael University Alumni Association? How's the rest of the year looking?
The rest of the year is looking extremely well, Dervan. In addition to this extravaganza, which we really hope people will attend, as in the past, we'll be having also education symposium, an international education symposium in August. And we will be able to share with you and your listeners more about this. And then we're geared for November when, as you are well familiar with our gold medal award ceremony, that will be in November. And so we'll be sharing with your listeners all around the world more about those other two events. But today, we thank you for having us. And when we can share with your listeners all about the even the musical excellence, when we have a star-studded lineup of performers. And Mr. Jones is a good person to elaborate on that.
And that's exactly where I was going next, Mr. Jones. Give us all the details now with respect to this evening of excellence, musical excellence.
Well, the evening of musical excellence is entitled Let Us Remember the Music, the Michael. And of course, you know, the Michael is one of the longest serving institutions of teacher education. And so, you know, we're talking about Dr. Olive Lewin, the Sidney Morris, Mrs. Janet Eastmaker as heads of department. And so you know that the history of the music and the Michael go up very far away. And so we are having a wonderful evening, which will be on May 28th at 6 p.m. at the Heritage Park, right on the Michael University campus. It's a 6 p.m. start, and the lineup is just to die for. We're talking about artists who have either come through the Michael, have affiliations with the Michael, or have just been working with education in one way or another. We're talking about Freddie McGregor. We're talking about Dean Fraser. We're talking about Rondell Positive, Laurie Burnett, who is one of Jamaica's leading soprano voices. You're talking about Erica Lumsden, that's the Gospel Star winner 2021. We're talking about Tivoli Dance Troupe. You're talking about La Musicación, and this is a group of music teachers or teachers from the Michael who have graduated and are out there just serving in our schools. They are come together. We're talking about Denise Morrison, a graduate of the Michael who is a musical artist herself, and so many more. We're really just going to have a wonderful evening. We're looking at remembering the music. We're remembering the Michael. The tickets are $4,000 for the face-to-face concert. For those of you who want to just come on down to the campus, we can accommodate just about 500 people. So we want you all to come on down. And if it is that you don't wish to come face-to-face, then we have just the opportunity for you. So you can also purchase your tickets and enjoy the event online. It will be streamed live for those across the world from the other end of the island. Wherever you are, and you can just go to spurropen.com. That's SPURR open.com, and you can purchase your ticket right there. Dervan, we also will be having an auction. And so you're talking about the history of the Michael. You know, we have a fantastic art department, and so many Miconians have come through that space. And so we're having auction, 9 pieces of work on auction. And if you go on the Spur Open link, you will see all of those pieces. You don't want to lose out getting one of those wonderful pieces in your home. So the concert is going to be a wonderful evening. Of course, our MCs are the notable Faye Ellington and the Blacker Owen Ellis.
Oh, that's a riot. Goodness.
And what I told you is to start solid from the campus.
Wonderful task.
Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. We're looking forward. And well, let's take the break and come back. One moment, please, listeners. Our guests, Mrs. Janet Ismay Carr, Mr. Hugh Morris, and Mr. Leighton Jones, giving us all the details on another celebratory event in keeping with the centenary of the Michael University Alumni Association, formerly known as MOSA. It's coming up on the 28th of May, 6 o'clock in the evening. One moment, please.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
9 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Bamako, Mali.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Again, we've been featuring the Michael University Alumni Association and their celebratory and fundraising efforts. Big event coming up on the 28th of May, starting at 6 o'clock in the evening. Online, we have Mrs. Janet Ismay Carr. She chairs the planning committee for an evening of musical excellence. Let us remember the music, the Michael. I was just trying to sound musical. Let us remember the music, the Michael. There you go. And we have as well Hugh R. Morris, ODJP, co-chair of MOSA's 100th and former president of MOSA, and Mr. Leighton Jones in his usual very, very alluring style in terms of getting you to listen to what he is saying, and he pulls you in and he feeds you with the information and then he lets you go. Leighton Jones chairs the production committee. So, Mrs. Ismay Carr, I get the impression that because of the wealth of the MICO, the wealth of the institution, that you possibly could pick, choose, and refuse in terms of who would be a part of that committee.
That is true, but I have a very good committee. Myconians, mostly Myconians, because you're talking about Mr. Jones, who is a Myconian.
Yes.
Right, and we have Mr. Silva, who is the director of the group La Musication. We have the president of the Alumni Association as a member of the committee, and other members too.
Mm-hmm. And for the naturally, it's a global celebration because Myconians are everywhere. To what extent are you looking to ensure that you're reaching every Myconian possible across the globe, as opposed to just those right here on the Rock in Jamaica?
And that's one of the reasons why we are virtual. And we're hoping.
Sorry, you're saying
we are virtual.
Okay.
Especially, we're using the virtual so that we can reach every nook and cranny.
So it's a hybrid event then. So you'll have both face-to-face and virtual.
So those who wish to purchase tickets virtual, their tickets would be on the SpurOpen.com platform.
That one is new to me. Is that SPUR?
SPURROPEN
Uh-huh.
.com.
Okay.
/ Motor Concert.
Right.
Once you put that in, you're on a wonderful website. You will see all the performers. You will be able to purchase your tickets. You'll also see the artwork that Mr. Jones spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
And when you purchase your ticket, you'll get the link, the streaming link. We're using the Vimeo platform. So we're really making sure this time that we are able to capture audience out of Jamaica. And in Jamaica, those who can't attend,
yes,
we have contact with chapter president, and we're hoping to that a lot of persons will be able to come online.
Yes,
and the program is Diaspora, so we're reaching out.
We're happy to play our part. Hugh Morris, I heard you wanted to come in terms of the role of the chapter, the yes, different chapters in helping to mobilize support and getting eyes to those screens to be able.
Oh, certainly, Dervan.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that segue. Yes, we certainly have chapters, very strong and supporting chapters in Florida, New York, Toronto, and Atlanta. And they are tuned. They join us often each month when we have our planning committee meetings. And we are very fortunate locally here to have support from the Kingston Bookshop, where tickets will be on sale at their site on King Street and at the Lincoln Center. And people can call our office, which is 920-3046 or 345-2673, all preceded by 876, of course.
Yes. And we see some messages coming in. Here's one from Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida. He says, Sir D, tell my batchmate Janet good morning for me. Of course, I could never address your batchmate by her first name. That's just not on, right? She taught me in school.
That's okay. That's okay.
Right. So the alumni are up and in touch with what's happening. So now let's go to, so it's Spur Open for those of us who want to buy tickets online.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's RROPEN.
.com.
And then we can put a slash and then type Mosa concert. Right. That's pretty easy to remember. So now, in terms of the, what I'm thinking, I don't know if your thought process is there yet, but with such a rich collection of talent, it could very well, you could make a production of it. I mean, it is a production, but from the standpoint of those who, for whatever reason, would have missed it and would like to see it. I don't know, maybe intellectual property matters and so on would have to come in. But for those who pay for the online streaming, once the event is over, that's it.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So then, have you set a target? And you may or may not choose to tell us in terms of how much funds you're looking to raise, Mrs. Ismaykar?
We have set a target. We would like to get at least 3 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that should be more than possible, considering the tremendous global body of Myconians. Surely it can be done.
Well, not only that,
support about Myconians to help us.
Yes, Hugh Morris.
Yes, I was just saying that with the program that preceded ours, your guests will be in Jamaica, and we would love to invite them. They might be interested.
In fact, they're here already.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
And so, as you introduce them as, they're well endowed, and we would want to associate with them.
I'm seeing a message from Beverly Hanson Clark. She says, I will be there in person. So people are checking in. And so it really is going to be great. Now, I like to say the R in radio is for repetition. And they say repetition, and as educators, you would know, repetition is the greatest form of pedagogy, or some people say pedagogy. Here's the opportunity now for those who are just tuning in, because there are always those just tuning in, to be reminded. Let's do a recap in terms of the event, where, when, the wealth of talent, etc. And who, I think Leighton Jones, yes, Mr. Jones, over to you.
All right. So let us remember the music, the Michael, is our evening of musical excellence, and that will be held on May 28th at 6 p.m. at the Heritage Park, the Michael University campus, featuring Freddie McGregor, Dean Fraser, Rondell Positive, Laurie Burnett, John and Giovanni Williams, Cadiz Morrison, Tivoli Dance Troupe, La Musicación, Michael Brown. And of course, tickets are $4,000 if you're going to be coming to the show in person. And you can get those tickets at the MOSA office, or you can get those tickets at Kingston Bookshop. But if it is you're unable to attend face-to-face and you're around the world, or you're at the other end of the island and you want to join us virtually, then we invite you to go to spurropen.com. That's SPURR open.com, and you can get your information there. And it's only $30 for the ticket. We look forward to having you there.
Definitely. It sounds like it's going to be a special evening of musical excellence. The music, the Maiko, and as well, Hugh Morris, the a couple of other events left on the calendar. Want to tease them at this time?
Yes, certainly. We have the International Education Symposium, which will be coming up in August 10 to 11. And then our well-known Gold Medal Awards. And this will be coming up in November the 26th. And both of those two events will be held at the Pegasus Hotel. But I'd like to remind your listeners, Dervan, if you will, of the telephone number to call.
Sure.
876-920-3046 or 876-345-2673. And just to repeat, I know that Leighton did remind us that people can also purchase the tickets at Kingston Bookshop on King Street or at the Ligonier Center.
And the date, of course, is the 28th of May, 6 o'clock in the evening. Yes, Mrs. Carr?
I'd like to just mention our sponsors. We must.
That's where I was going next, actually. So you're spot on. Your timing is impeccable.
All right. We must thank Jamaica National Group, who is not only the sponsor of this event, but all events for the 100th celebration.
Oh, wow.
Chemtech Homes, Kingston Bookshop, and Pioneer Manufacturing Company. We thank you very much.
And we thank you all for adding value to today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Poro 106 FM. We're always happy and delighted to feature the Maiko University College. We trust that the support, we have a feeling. We believe that the support will be such that apart from being an event that people will be talking about for generations to come, because it's going to be quite epic, we believe that people will be coming out, and your timing is good as well. For those who get paid monthly, for example, they can start planning. They can you can start penciling that in terms of the $4,000, and it's for a worthy cause. As we know, it's for scholarships for students.
And to support the establishment of smart classrooms, and to assist. Well, a lot of students are in need during this COVID time.
Yes.
And we're mindful of the need for them to receive opportunities to complete their studies. So we do assist students.
Right. So we need to help you so you can help them.
Most certainly.
Yes, indeed. We have to leave it there. We're totally out of time. Thank you very much, Mrs. Janet Ismay Carr, Mr. Hugh Morris, and Mr. Leighton Jones. It's been a pleasure, and we're looking forward to 6 o'clock in the evening on Saturday, the 28th of May. That is next week.
Next week. A safe and comfortable environment.
Indeed. Thank you all so much. Enjoy this holiday weekend, and all the best. Blessings to you too. Thanks to Celise Pinnock for doing technical and production duties. Thank you, Chandel Forbes. Thanks to you, thanks to all our guests, and indeed to you, our faithful listeners at home and abroad, for making it the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. All things being well, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online returns next Saturday. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm, encouraging everybody to be safe over this long holiday weekend. Take care.
Power 106 FM just presented the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online.
An emergency fund is critical. Set one up with BPM Financial's Gold Savings Club, where you can earn higher returns than on regular savings accounts. The time by BPM Financial Limited taking you higher is
9:16.
There's a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with only approximately 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people do not participate in a formal pension plan, such as contract workers and the self-employed, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher.
Giving Jamaica a better music mix. This is Power 106.
Hi, Mrs. Barker. Morning. Thank you.
I hope you have a good weekend. I know you're going out the country.
Yes. I'll do my best to enjoy the weekend. Cricket is on now, isn't it? Okay. I was just wondering. Okay.